All right, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for once again tuning in for Fall Through the Stoop. I am Maseratii Miyagi, and these are the Maseratii. What? That ain't good?
No, that was really
That are you kidding?
Yeah,
Are you kidding? That was the high point of that movie. When my nigga paid the damn dude to say that shit. I am David Ruffin, and these are the Temptations. They were sitting like, ain't that a bitch? How much did you pay to actually get that bullshit off? So I'm gonna go ahead and let everybody else introduce themselves.
Be
Go
okay,
ahead, Otis.
Pepper Potts. Be okay, Pepper Potts.
I'm DJ PharOut.
And these are weed wings.
Oh boy. Are we starting with that? Y'all want to start with that?
No. But if they see me eating, I want to be like, what's he eating on camera?
Well, you have to say where they're from. And
They're
from.
Go ahead.
Those are from. He had got in touch with us on Instagram because we had did the Eat Heat challenge on the last episode. So apparently these are also spicy wings, but I see the sauces on the side. That's a little like PharOut. It looks like you safe this time. You don't have to worry about it. But yeah, so thank you and shout out to him. We'll get back to these whenever the guys are gonna eat them because I don't eat meat. I won't be having any.
So she say shit.
I'm not eating that shit. Y'all eat the chicken. I just eat chicken.
Why?
I don't want to eat a chicken. What?
Battery low power.
No.
Don't want to eat a chicken?
No, I don't want to eat a chicken. I'm cool.
I never understood people that was like vegetarians and vegan. They be like, well, it's cruel to the animals. They're gonna die. They're gonna eat kills
Other
regardless.
animals eat other animals. It's called a food chain, an ecosystem.
Other animals,
Yeah, like, listen.
other animals
Yeah, like-
don't know how to plant food.
Like, listen, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take it through, like, what we do, we take the chickens, they all have beds, they make sure that we read a bedtime story.
That's not what
and we give them
happens at all.
we give them a nice time, they die of old age, and then we use
No,
their meat for food.
That's not absolutely complete opposite.
I'm gonna let you know
They
something.
give them all them hormones and shit, plump them up, and they sit there and can't move. And then have you seen the cages of the shit literally that they sit in, and then y'all turn around and eat it?
Yeah, but but you know what the problem is, and I don't know why it's such a big thing now, but you know, I knew what a slaughterhouse was, and I knew what a slaughterhouse consisted of. Like, they slaughtered the animals and then stripped them of the meat. Like, yeah, y'all motherfuckers keep wanting more food, and then y'all be like, well, you're not doing it right. How are we supposed to get y'all this? Like, okay, here's my example. I don't know, it might be a dozen wings in here. A chicken only got 2 goddamn flappers, motherfucker. You get every time it's a Super Bowl, yeah, some flappers. Y'all niggas going out everywhere. Wings. They gotta make all these goddamn these changes and shit. They can't depend on the chickens to just fuck themselves and reproduce enough chickens to supply all the chicken wings y'all niggas need.
I mean, if you're just willing to put random shit in your body like that, you go
Do you
for it. But the
prefer we
more
go,
I've
like-
learned, I'm cool. I don't want that shit.
Do you prefer we go and like you catch your own chicken instead of like it processed through an actual like
No,
slaughterhouse
I'm
company?
sorry. To be clear, I'm not the person that doesn't eat meat that tells other people not to eat meat. I just let you know that shit don't make sense to me.
But you guys act
She
so
was
much
still
better than people who eat meat.
What
Like,
did I
you guys
just
are,
say?
like the holy grail.
I am
like,
the person that does
you
not
don't
tell
eat
other
that.
people
That's
that.
vile.
You have to go and talk to the other people that do that. I just say, look, y'all wild. But go ahead. I recommended a barbecue spot yesterday.
Hey,
People
listen.
who don't eat meat is like chicks who kind of talk like they like messing with girls, but they don't eat pussy. They just like they.
Well, I don't like
type
messing
of
with
shit.
girls.
Like,
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all know something. Y'all out there eating all them vegetables and shit, but if y'all ever see like the places where they grow in mass quantities of those vegetables, them motherfuckers out there in fucking hazmat suits spraying shit so the insects don't get on there.
Well, you have to look for the little numbers of the food that you get.
Why?
So each
So to say
number has a
organic?
different. Yeah, even organic, like the different coded numbers, like you see the stickers on your fruit, that's telling you what's been sprayed on that food.
Nigga,
So
you think we about to
the
sit up here?
information is there.
You think we about to be sitting up here like, what is that? 50554. And they're gonna tell. Listen, you talking about somebody is expected to tell the truth. I have never worked or been around a company or a situation where everything has been honest. They gonna say, here's what we have to do to be in regulation. But you know what I'm saying? Like, if it's us and like 50 other people working in the spot, You really think that we about to sit here and follow every regulation, so that's what's going on in your shit? They gonna be sitting like, we gonna spray here, and then we gonna mass spray the bullshit.
Where are you talking about you getting this food from? Because there are food regulations that people do have to follow. People pop up and check on them. So yeah, actually they do have to follow all that shit.
Oh yeah, the FDA.
Not even just the FDA. There are serious regulations. When you say I didn't spray this plant with pesticide and they pop up on your shit, you've actually been using pesticide, you're fucked. So yeah, they really.
You don't know how America works. Money talks. I've never listen. Have y'all ever heard of a big company being on the news for some crazy shit because they just didn't do what they were supposed to do? No. You know why? Because when we always follow regulations when it comes to the foods and shit that we spraying on the foods, right? No, it does not work like that. Them motherfuckers ain't doing what the fuck they supposed to be doing. If you think somebody will come in here like, I'm bringing down the entire system because they're not doing what they're gonna be like, all right, well, let's talk to you in the back office. They gonna fire your ass. They have to pop up. They pop up all right.
Ribs out of your ass.
So in that sense, do you think that chicken is any better?
Nope. But then again, I haven't eaten a vegetable in a very long time.
And also the fruits and vegetables that like actually rot. Like people getting food from places and you throw it away and it doesn't mold or rot. I think those kind of things. To each their own.
Listen.
Whoever wants to do that, I'm not mad at it.
One food ain't more safe than another. By this point,
if I throw the food away and that shit does not mold after a certain amount of time, that's a problem.
The point is, you motherfuckers act better than us for the niggas who eat meat. Like,
don't put me in that category.
And the thing is, once it goes into your body is pretty much designed to say, okay, here's all the good shit. We're gonna pull that out, and then all that extra shit, regardless of if it rots or not or whatever that other stuff is, and they just kicks all that shit out, and you just shit it out. That's why it's called waste. It gets rid of the waste. Your body's designed to get rid of that waste.
I take care of you.
You just got
left positive sits in your body. To be clear, y'all know, but I haven't always not eaten meat. I'm only not eating meat since 2018.
I mean,
even not eating meat like that.
Alcohol,
I had to get all that out of my system because I had been eating meat for how many years? So yeah, you can't just even stop because it's damn near like a fucking drug. It's like nicotine and shit that you still crave it.
Because that's what I said. You still take
but he's
part
saying
in nicotine.
Your body just flushing it out.
You don't eat meat, but we still partake in nicotine and alcoholic drinks, and those things put more pressure on your kidneys and your livers than chicken itself, than meat.
But then how do you think of the way you eating your food? Are you thinking you eat your food because your stomach is telling you you're hungry, or are you trying to nourish your body? So those are two different reasons.
Wait. That's different. That's different because now you're talking about, see, all right, so here's the problem with the vegan things too. Okay. Now I tried vegan shit before and they be like, oh, well, you can try this and try that. Well, to get one thing to try to taste and be like something else, a lot of times when you get that, they have to go through a process. Like you'd be like, oh yeah, this is whatever it ain't bacon, but it'd be like made of beans or it's a bean burger or something. I'm like, there was a process to it. I'm like, look at all the extra shit that went into there.
That depends on what brand you buy. I prefer the brands where I can read the shit on the label and say, okay, I know what that is. That's why
I've never read
what is your reason for eating? I have just changed over time, and
I mean, we ain't saying that you're a bad person for not eating meat.
Yeah, but then it's also like I have a difference when I eat certain foods. Like I get tired, I don't want to do shit. I'd rather eat something that makes me feel energetic and want to get up and move around. So I'm giving you my reason.
You smoke weed. That don't make you be like, you know what? Puff, puff, and now I'm ready to start my day.
Actually, yeah.
Waking up, I meditate and bake every morning. After I meditate and bake, I'm ready to start my day.
Everybody that watches this show, go back and look at past episodes, and you tell me that this nigga not been asleep. Have he not been asleep every episode? It gives me energy. This nigga
You know how many blunts I smoke?
Wait a minute. Since the man went out of his way to go get that. What is that? Those are weed wings.
I didn't go out of my way, but he hit me up and he said they was ready. And
I did as far as driving to go and get them. But no, it depends on what your reasons are. Those are just some of my reasons. And to be honest, I just feel a little weird about eating an animal.
I eat because I'm hungry, or 9 times out of 10 I got the munchies. That's what it is.
And that's fine. Like I said, I just recommended a barbecue place yesterday. Y'all know it's going to be at a barbecue place.
I mean, you the one defending the vegans. We ain't talking about you necessarily. You just defending like, now wait a minute now.
It's like I kind of got tossed into it just because we were having a conversation. I just want to be clear. No, I'm not that person. I bought food. I bought you wings before. Like, I don't care what I eat. It's just,
I mean,
we
didn't say people was fucked up because they,
She gonna have this conversation in the middle of the Kims at later at night.
Well, I just said that my problem is the fact that they were like, well, it's unhealthy and it's gonna do. Like, you're eating a fucking processed burger, talking about this is a bean burger, there's no meat in there. I'm like, yeah, but to make that,
what the ingredients
to make that bean stick. I just ain't another.
You can make that. That's something you can just make at your house. But what I was going with that is, what you're eating that to nourish yourself is what that animal ate. That animal that you ate is eating vegetables and shit. It's not eating another animal. So you could like skip that and just go straight for what the animals eat and get the same stuff.
No, I like meat. Sorry.
And that's fine.
And honestly, is it? Do you have like your protein intake? Because I've seen people who are vegans. They have a problem with protein intake, and I've seen people who are vegans, but they are like they work out, they lift, so they always got protein like in their shakes or their protein drinks or whatever. Their little pre-workouts got tons of protein in it as well too, that when they do eat, they just eat, you know what I'm saying, just vegetables, because they have so many milligrams of protein throughout the day.
Like I said, I'm still
but you know what, that's just like an age-old like myth that it just works out, and people be like, yeah, because I've been getting a certain amount of protein. But I'm gonna be honest with y'all, and you know, y'all will be mad about this, but your body doesn't really process the protein that you think you're getting. Like, oh, I need a protein. Like they say a protein, like you go to some taco spot, you pick a protein, you pick some vegetables. Your body doesn't process protein like that. Like if you eat a steak and it says 25 grams of protein, your body probably is intake maybe 2 grams. It just doesn't. Like you have to. This is where the vegan comes in, because to beans and shit like that, those are the things that actually process your proteins better than like the meats and shit. People get big from just working out and just getting a certain amount of calories. Calories is what's putting on the weight. Lifting weights is what puts on the muscle. If you don't believe me, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna tell you this, and I always use this as an example because they've been throwing niggas in jail forever, but look at pictures of your homeboys that's in prison right now. They ain't got a fucking protein shake. They ain't got a steak. They ain't got nothing. They got slop and ramen noodles and breaks. And a break is a ramen noodle, some Doritos, maybe some tuna and that. That's all these motherfuckers is eating and working out. Gucci Mane ain't have no Slim Fast in fucking prison when he got cut up and shit. It was just the fact that he was just working out and just doing regular shit, like more water, that they giving you water anyway. The fucking water's free. It's toilet water, but it's water. It's cold. And sometimes if you get out the county, the water's cold. But that's how that's how you build your muscles. Like you're putting on that weight, and that's where it's coming from. And then you work out, and then that's just building up that muscle. And that's where it's coming from. Like everybody talking about, oh, protein this, protein that. Like your body doesn't really process that amount of protein the way we think it does. Not from meats and not from protein shakes and all the other shit. It's certain things you got to go out there and research and look at. And if you are a vegan, then that probably will work. If you're a vegan and you worked out, then you're probably, getting that amount of protein. But even then, like, you still got to get a certain amount of calories to get your weight up, or you got to drop your calories to bring that weight down. And we haven't talked about any of the subjects we were supposed to talk about today. And the show's almost over.
We had to go into all this. But there is a beef that seems to keep going and going and going, which apparently must be Nas and Jay-Z. Seems like every fucking time Nas wants to put music out, Jay-Z decides to put music out. And it's just recently happened again with Nas dropping his album King's Disease, and then Jay-Z on the same day decides to drop a song with PharOut. It's becoming a little weird. Actually, it's been a little weird. This subject came up in like 2018, and it got pointed out. And you can just keep adding to the list since 2018. I think you can now add 2 or 3 more times he's done this. At what point does well, I take that back. People now have been asking why. It became a thing going around on social media that it got brought up as, why does Jay-Z keep doing this? Was it good?
I ain't gonna lie. This motherfucker here, I don't don't know where old boy working at, but he needs to go ahead. He needs his own restaurant. This motherfucker here. Listen, if y'all ever watched that show P-Valley, you know that episode where the dude was saying he was fucking up the chicken and the chicken was making all the strippers have gas and they was pooping and shit?
Yeah.
And then the dude was like, what you gotta do is you gotta put weed in there. And he had like a fucking quarter ounce of weed and dumped the weed in there. So these are weed wings. Hey, that shit was right. Hey.
Let me get that.
Hey, no, these are mine. Get your own. No, this fucking with you.
So the same kind of shit, the weed wings?
Well, I can at least do the macaroni and cheese, which is not
Is it
with
vegan
anything.
certified yet? Like,
well,
Yeah.
we were saying vegan. Y'all know I still eat seafood and fish.
Yeah, but ain't that made with milk?
I
and cheese,
do
maybe?
cook. No, thank you.
Oh.
you ever see that movie Scott Pilgrim versus the World?
Yeah, I do
And he
remember
was
that.
like against
We
that
got
vegan
all
dude
sorts
with
of
the
that
hair.
fucking bad.
He got caught up by the vegan police.
Yeah, hey, I'm gonna say this about the Jay-Z and Nas thing. Jay-Z has always been
Y'all know
petty.
it's mine now, right? Y'all
I dip my finger in that. Don't play with me. Listen, I'm gonna say Jay-Z has always been petty. Like, y'all have to understand, it's kind of like, it would be like winning the world heavyweight championship and being undefeated, and then you still gotta always look back at that one motherfucker before you went pro that beat the snot out your ass.
I eat the still got it sober.
Yeah, cause like that was like nigga, that is a fucking term. Like if some shit happened and two niggas go at it and they rapping, somebody gonna be like, nigga, did he get ether? 2020, nigga still like, did he get ether? You gotta. It's one of them things where, you know, you have somebody that, and I think that Jay-Z was a huge Nas fan, and he felt like he had something over. And I seen on the another podcast where Memphis Bleak said he was the reason that the whole thing started. He may have been the reason that the whole beef started, but my thing is this. Nas has always been like one of the little quiet kids that's in the corner. He's just doing his own thing. He just comes out with music. He's not really out there like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like a little quiet kid in the corner. And you the dude that's running around, you got the hoes, you the captain of the football team, and you think you just go walk up on that nigga and flip his desk over like that, and think you just go walk away, and that nigga stand up and you turn around like, oh, you gonna do something? And that nigga rock your shit and lay you out in front of the whole class, and everybody got it on.
You've heard time after time, leave the quiet ones alone. Just, if the quiet ones ain't bother you, just leave the quiet ones alone, because at some point, the quiet ones motherfucking snap. And then everybody want to grab their fake pearls because they can't believe it.
I just think Jay-Z wants to be accepted in the lyrical community because I think Nas is more respected in that real lyrical community down rapping style because it's just straight, completely metaphors and bars compared to Jay-Z, which is more of a marketing scheme. Like it's a more out there glamour the lights type of stuff. Like they put him on the top pedestal. Nas has always had the influence and the blessings of No ID and Q-Tip and Tribe Called Quest and all these other, and Dilla and stuff, like all these other producers and MCs that was about the craft. Whereas you got Jay-Z, he's the marketing. He's the guy that got behind the marketing. I think Dame was all about marketing. Dame was all about business, putting stuff out there. So that's a different mode. And again, I think Jay-Z wanted to be a part of that lyrical community, and he just went other ways. It's more of a Jay-Z's more of a show.
Said it though. I used to rap like I don't know the fucking line, but he said it before. Like he's made it known that he took that route of being more marketable. He's rapping like Common.
Yeah, lyrically, I be Talib Kweli, nigga. Jay-Z said that lyric.
Whatever.
He know.
I definitely don't know what I'm hearing.
Lyrically, I be Talib Kweli. See, the thing is this: you pick a side because you know you can't get out there. And I'm pretty sure most of you niggas that talk about y'all lyrics and this, that, and the third, y'all are lyrics, but y'all need promotion with the lyrics. Because if I was like, man, y'all remember Black Thought? And I'd be like, name who was in Black Thought. Name the members that was in Black Thought. Not the rapper, but the group. Black Star, I'm sorry. Black Star.
I was completely lost.
Black Star, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Black Star. Huh? Black Star,
Yeah.
Mos Def, and who else? Talib Kweli. How many people actually know that?
Well,
and
it depends
lyrically,
on what kind of rap you listen to. If you like lyrical hip hop, like you just did, you're gonna know the answer to that.
but people say it. A lot of people say they need lyrics now because they listen to something like, oh, I didn't like the Pop Smoke album because I thought it was gonna be more lyrical. I didn't like such and they listen to like a Cardi B. I didn't like her album. You know what I'm saying? Like, I need lyrics. Why do you listen to shit that they put on the radio and highly promote and then complain about lyrics? Nigga, it's like anything else. Don't complain about Cardi B, Meg Thee Stallion, and all these other these female rappers, and you ain't picked up a fucking rap. If you ain't named 5 Rhapsody songs, don't sit there and talk about I need lyrics. Do you? Or do you just want somebody to put some shit in front of you with a hot beat and they have lyrics? See, Jay-Z, he was the person that gave you both. He had lyrics, but he also gave you enough like they promoted the fuck out of Jay-Z. They put it in front of you. They had Dame out there dancing and shit. Dame was just you know what I'm saying? He was just another Puff Daddy. Yeah. And we talk about the top 3 people that we always talk about in the rap community. Who is it? Jay-Z, Biggie, Nas. Who did Nas have? Who was the nigga dancing? Who was the nigga putting his shit out there? It would be heartbreaking for me if I was doing all this work and I'm sitting up here, I'm feeling like I'm the king, and it's another nigga they saying coming from my throne and shit, and it's a nigga that just going out there putting out an album and rapping and shit, and they like, hey, you know, he's better than you. You like, nigga, what? Better than me? Nigga, I done promoted this album, I done put out this, I got Rockaware, I got Rock Nation, I got this, I done put out Kanye. This nigga ain't did shit but rap, and y'all put him right next to me? Nigga, I might be petty too. That's gonna touch you a little bit. You gonna feel some type of way. You didn't put
that's
in
how
a lot of
people
work.
compete now. Just be petty.
It is.
Is that what we do?
Yeah.
I mean, you got a boy because Kanye got into it with Drake all because who was gonna drop before who, depending on getting the information. So because it's all about what you have, how you drop. Make sure you don't drop around nobody else who got the potential and knock your stuff like right off the charts and stuff.
That what you just said is like what he had with 50 Cent. That's more promo to me. Like I don't see.
Who, Drake and Kanye?
Yeah, he was saying that, and remember 50 Cent and Kanye had did that.
But see, 50 Cent and Kanye went head to head. They was gonna drop on the same day.
That's what I'm saying. But just because they're not directly telling you that, I don't think it doesn't mean it still exists.
No, it doesn't anymore. Because they just had an interview with Young Dolph the other day, I think the Breakfast Club, and they were talking to Young Dolph, and he was saying that I really just don't reach out to people or have people tell them my stuff dropped. Can you promote my album on Twitter? Blah, blah, blah. Because I think one of the situations when Travis Scott dropped Astro World, one of the iffies was about, well, he had Kylie Jenner promote his album on her social media pages like that to get the help and the push you need. So I don't think people nowadays, they can really go head to head. It's all about the influencers and the social media influencers. It's about who you can get to go ahead and help you promote your stuff. Like Gunna. When Gunna dropped his album out, he had, you know what I'm saying, Young Thug and Future and stuff repost the album to get their fans and the people that only, I guess, like loyal to them to like the content and retweet it and listen and get streams and stuff like that. I don't think you can go head to head nowadays because it's all about who you can grab to help influence your stuff.
I mean, you can go head to head, but a lot of times it just depends on person's ego. Like Nicki Minaj and complaining about Astro World or whatever else, and they did this, and I think that what Travis Scott did, he did do something that was kind of a marketing move where I think
he did a bundle.
It was like a bundle.
But the bundle wasn't new. Prince did that shit back in like '97. Like,
yeah, I mean, it's
like Taylor Swift's been doing it forever. Nicki Minaj has used that to help promote herself because she was doing bundles.
But
so she was complaining about him doing bundles, and you've been doing the same shit. That's what I said. Sometimes we look at it that way. What they're really doing is still promo. It's just not directly telling you, like when Kanye and 50 Cent did it. So when you had her complaining about Astro World, she's still promoting herself. So this like your 2020 head to head.
And 50 Cent and Kanye was kind of fake because they had them coming on 106 and Park together.
Yeah.
They had
it was
a magazine.
But,
yeah,
so
it was a magazine
so
with both of them going head to head and shit.
Does Nas really care about that marketing aspect?
Nope.
Then?
No.
So then you got two styles of artists. I guess people who really care about because again on the other end, Nas, all of his material, his lyrics get critiqued by professors and educational institutes, and you know what I'm saying.
They did the same thing with Jay though.
You know what?
I think Jay was one of the first for something on the nature of what you just said.
I think Tupac was. I think they used Tupac's lyrics
No, it was something, and that's good. It was Jay. Whatever. Well, we may be thinking of two different things, but it was something along those lines, and I wonder why him. To be honest,
I think it was Tupac, because Tupac was like, because first off, Tupac was a poet. I think that's the problem. Why I ain't gonna get into that, but you know, when it comes to certain things like that, you just have to be aware of the fact that every time somebody comes out, it just depends on how people perceive it. Like Nas, you can, let's be honest, the songs that I like from Nas are songs that they would be more marketable. Like I love that song that was produced by DJ Khaled, that was supposed to be on the DJ Khaled album. That what is it? Album Done, where they had them like they like redid Belly and shit. And they had Ox and shit in the
I remember that song though. I know the video, but
yeah, they was like I remember the video because they was like on a tropical island and shit, and they had DJ Khaled dancing and shit. I love that song.
Probably because Khaled was involved. I stayed away. It was around the time the song with Rihanna was out too. Was it off that album or something like that? I don't know.
I don't buy the DJ Khaled albums, but my thing is I like that. I love that fucking song from Nas, and Nas is a person that he'll have songs like that, and then when his album come out, he'll just have like some. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's always been said, like, Nas, they don't need to let Nas pick his own beats.
Yep, thank you.
It's just, like, Nas is he's one of the people that can rap, and then you be like, you hear a beat, and you be like, even the Kanye West thing, I was like, I was kind of expecting, like, I would love, like, a college graduation, Kanye, those beats with Nas, as opposed to, it sounded like he was trying to adapt to Nas's style of rapping or something like. I just didn't like it.
I think he's more of a DJ Premier when him.
But is somebody gonna stop him, or is they do it because it's Nas? Like I can't
people
see Kanye West
like he still got
blowing
fans.
Up at Nas,
like,
telling him like I don't like
it's
it.
almost like if it ain't broke, don't fix it. His fans is still following. We having a conversation about Nas in 2020 that just dropped the album.
But again, he can't go do a show and do just new music. Like he has to do his classics.
Well, yeah.
Or people are gonna boo him. So it's like
it's good that he's still relevant enough for us to have a conversation with him. But when you go to see a Nas concert, if he don't do that old shit, ain't nobody gonna care as much. But at the same time, do we have the conversation of does Nas move differently on your list now because the music that he's putting out now? Because let's be honest, that album that he just put out Friday, I'm not gonna listen to that again. And it wasn't that it was a bad album. He's just not putting out stuff to make me want to come back and listen to it again. It's almost at the point, and I think we already said this, that I'm just listening because it's Nas at this point.
He is.
It's just the eras.
He's the person that I feel like he's just the Talib Kweli and the Mos Def, but he gets the same recognition as Jay-Z. And that's the problem. Like, Jay-Z is cool with you being Talib Kweli as long as you stay in Talib Kweli space. You're not going platinum. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're not putting out an album going platinum and shit, and people ain't looking at your music and waiting for your music and shit. Like, they not doing that for Talib Kweli. They not doing that for Mos Def. They not doing that for dudes that's like really out there putting in work and really rapping and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's 100 rappers that's better than Jay-Z. 100. Like, if it was a cipher, matter of fact, you even had people that witnessed back when, like, I guess 95 or something. I guess it was a cipher with him and LL Cool J, and people was like, man, who won? Because we thinking they gonna be like, man, nigga, Hove. And they was like, nah, L. They don't give L enough credit.
L don't get credit for that.
Yeah, L don't get enough credit because he took a Jay-Z move and he was like, oh, the ladies like me, so every song was towards the ladies. We ain't really got no.
He was kind of always.
You don't get no credit for the business side of things or the actual content. Like I feel like Ice Cube don't get no credit for the lyrical content, and Ice Cube wrote.
I think we give. I think we give.
People like immediately bring up No Vaseline when they come.
Yeah.
Like this,
no,
right?
but just like the hits and the track list, like I've never seen Ice Cube in somebody's like top 10. And why not?
He be in people's top 10.
Yeah,
he be in people's top 10.
But you know what? We are at a different age. You may be talking to maybe people a little closer to your age.
I mean, shit. They bring up Cube. They don't. They look over.
He's not actively putting out music right now either, so it's a little different to still talk about him. And that's what I was saying. Does Nas now move on your list any different because of the music that he's putting out? When you look at someone like Royce has gotten 10 times better than what he was back in like 2003. But now looking at Nas like, that's cool. I'm gonna listen because you're Nas, but I'm probably not gonna listen to this album again.
I mean,
because I think I think again it goes back to a point of I think you grow up and you have to have the comfortability. Because again, I remember Nas being on that Lil Nas X song, and it's like. That's a marketing move. That's a check you got.
It is, but unfortunately, people didn't. A lot of younger kids.
He still has to take care of things. He still has to live a certain lifestyle. So you have to make certain moves and do things to keep afloat. If you're not want to put your hat in the ring to keep up with how today's marketing, today's style is, because we all know what marketing versus creativity is a very big debate we can have every day, because marketing certain stuff and the actual creative process is a little bit different. You can get a little Nas X and run that for a summer and stuff like that, or you can get when we talked about what's that one group out of Buffalo, they had a little push.
Oh, Griselda.
Yeah, Griselda. You know, that's two different types of styles, but you have to wait till the marketing is ready for that, or you have to put it in this particular niche until it's ready to come out mainstream. That the majority of the people who are buying it is ready for that. Because I mean, you got that. We hit the Suburbans up with the whole gangster rap, but now it's all about swag rap. Now the little suburban kids, you know what I'm saying, want to have all these Twitter followers or Twitch followers and stuff like that.
That's
Instead
cool
of being during the age of the gangster rap where they wanted to carry a gun on them.
Does Nas move any different on your list because he is still active?
He never was
putting music out, but we aren't really trying to listen to more than once.
But I'm more of a marketing
He's not gonna
guy.
move on my list because I never listened to Nas' music.
Yeah, I never.
Wow.
I'm a marketing guy.
I'm a market like
I'm
when
a
I
marketing
listened to Nas' music, it was because it was something that was marketed towards what I was
Where
looked at.
Bravehearts was a dope beat.
When the nigga was on him and Puff and he was on the thing and it was that whole controversy, nigga, that was my fucking video, nigga. I was like, oh my god, and then I was sitting there like, man, and then him and AZ, and I thought him and AZ was about to take over the world. And then Belly came out and Nas, got shot at, and AZ kind of left him out there. And after that, I don't know why, but we haven't seen Nas or AZ and Nas together until recently. Since Belly.
The farm.
Since
song.
Shit,
Yeah.
nigga, since Belly. When AZ was like, all right, my nigga, I'm gonna dap you up, and he left, and Nas got shot at. You ain't seen AZ since, nigga, till this last album.
I gotta be honest, I ain't get what you were saying at first.
Have y'all seen Nas and AZ together? Man, let's be honest.
When
they
you
was
coming
best.
out the barbershop, that's what you talking about.
Look,
Wait a minute.
When-
Did he have
when-
an album that was
when-
out of a puzzle?
huh?
I think they done songs
Did he
together
copy
since
Nas?
Belly, though.
Nas had an album
say
cover that was
that.
like a puzzle, like
Did
open
he?
up a puzzle. Or was that AZ?
That was AZ.
Then
I
that
don't
was AZ.
know, but I'm
I remember
pretty
That
sure
was
they
AZ.
had
Okay.
That was Sugar Hill. That was
Okay.
nigga. AZ
I
never
can't
fell off.
confirm that.
He never fell off, and I was like, why is it they're not on more songs together? Because they had everything before the Belly. Like, they had songs together. Remember, they had a Sprite commercial where they was freestyling on the stoop. And then Belly came out, and AZ left him out there to get shot in front of the barbershop. And ever since then, you ain't seen AZ and Nas together no more. When? Where? Name the
I don't
song.
want to take the time to look it up, but I'm pretty sure that they've had at least one song since
Mhm,
then before
nuts.
this past album.
I don't know.
I'll post the details of it if I find it on the screen.
I'm telling you, Belly
Somebody
came
put a
out.
gun to my
Something
head
is
and was
ringing
like,
in my head
name
familiar.
5 Nas
This
songs,
is
I
true.
will die that day. Sorry.
Yeah, I can't go with that. But speaking of being
Yeah,
shot, we just had Megan confirm that it actually was Tory Lanez that shot
I mean, who
her.
else was shot?
I was about to say it was only like 4 people in the car. We know, like it wasn't
No,
her
girl.
No. What happened was Tory Lane's whole crew or whatever had been going around saying that she was not shot, that it was glass that hit her and these type of things. I don't know if
seen the
people
blood
know,
on the video.
but I don't think people understand. This is why she is saying something now, and she's being called a snitch for it, which makes absolutely no sense. Because I gotta be honest, I would have told her your ass that fucking day when we got pulled over. Yes,
We know.
this motherfucker
We
just
know.
shot. Fuck that. You ain't about to shoot me walking away from a goddamn argument, and I'm supposed to just be quiet.
My problem is.
I think
My
the
problem
fuck
is.
not.
My problem is always this. It's the fact that when shit happens and we already know what the fuck happened, then she got on there and she was like, Tory shot me. And so like, we asked you. It's fucking like we knew who shot you. We knew what happened. We asked you. You got quiet. We don't give a fuck no more. Now you want to come on there and tell us? Come on.
Well, like I said, it's because they were going around saying that's not what happened.
Come on.
So she was like, okay, well, if y'all gonna lie, then fine. Here's what the fuck actually happened, and I don't blame her for that.
Listen, I feel like we have the same, the not the same reaction, but it's kind of like when that old white woman, was on her deathbed and she finally confessed it was like Emmett Till really didn't wink at her and shit. And we kind of set up everything like, no, duh, bitch. We knew that. We wasn't even born and we knew that.
I disagree because you're looking at Tory Lanez got fans. I guarantee you by him going around saying that, there was people that believed him over what she was saying just because he was the one that said it.
Chauvinism.
But
you need to put that out there. And to be honest, he needs to be canceled. Like, are we still about to listen to Tory Lanez?
Yes.
Seriously.
Yes.
That.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
You know why? Let me tell you why.
No.
Let me tell you why. Y'all didn't cancel Fabulous, and we seen on video him knocking him
What did I say about
out.
that? You got to take me out of that percentage.
You talking about who you're gonna cancel?
No,
who you're gonna
not
cancel.
Put me in that.
Listen,
you should have got the fuck out.
Listen, I'm gonna tell you this. Black people, here's what we do. The only time that we really cancel people, we cancel people if they're not making good music. If they're not making good music no more.
I still hear niggas play R. Kelly at fucking.
Are they playing? Listen, are they playing the new R. Kelly? Are they playing the new R. Kelly? Because R. Kelly had an album out 2 years ago.
You playing R. Kelly back when he was talking about little girls? You know that for sure now.
We don't know he was talking about little girls.
I'm still hearing.
We acting like R. Kelly was the fucking only little girl.
Come on, man.
You already heard the songs.
Come on, man.
It's not like you can erase the songs from your head.
And I don't listen to R. Kelly. No, fuck that.
If we could,
you listen to Chris Brown?
You know why we don't cancel it?
First of all, you're looking at a situation of two adults. I'm talking about with R. Kelly. You talking about a little kid. They
all the same. It's crimes against a woman.
You're talking about pedophile. The issue that with Chris Brown, and I'd be like 100 with y'all, I always question whether or not that was just like.
Oh my goodness.
Dog,
you ain't no picking and choosing.
No, it's not even picking and choosing. To be honest, I did look at him different, and I'm not actively going out to listen to Chris Brown, but you are looking at two people that apparently also forgave each other because you've seen them together.
But Chris Brown worked his ass off.
So I'm gonna ask y'all this question because that's what people say about the Fabulous situation. They were like, well, Emily forgave him and took him back, so why shouldn't we? And then y'all go back to listen like, Fabulous, but he still knocked her fucking teeth. Like, you have to be very angry. It's not like you had something happen, you had to restrain Emily or some shit like you knocked her teeth out, my nigga. Like, if you've ever been in a fist fight, you know knocking teeth out takes a hell of a punch. Yeah. Even Chris Brown only bruised Rihanna's face. He didn't knock her teeth out. So when we talking about these things, and even with R. Kelly's thing, like y'all was like, oh, well he did this, and they was naming all this shit. I'm sort of like, most of these hoes was grown, and then the one chick said she knew that it felt like the chick was underage, but she still went along with the threesome because I'm sort of looking at this shit like, yeah, I'm like, if y'all was gonna cancel R. Kelly, don't wait till he's not putting out good ass music no more.
Exactly. Well, that's how it goes.
He married Aaliyah.
Tory Lanez about to drop a fire ass mixtape, right? And we about to forget all about it.
Yeah, like 93. It was what, 93, 94?
Here's the problem.
Aaliyah. Pissed on the bitch.
We keep looking at these
2002.
little bitch ass men that are doing these things to women, and then they don't get the proper repercussions from them. Other men do not hold other men responsible for the shit they do. He should be completely held responsible if what she said was true, that she was walking away from a fucking argument and he fucking shot her. Now we sat up here. No. We sat up here on previous shows and had conversations of what am I supposed to do if she hit me and all this other shit. Okay, she walked away. You shoot her. You a bitch. Y'all need to just come out and be honest and say it is what it is. You can't do that and just continue to go through life. All
right. So let me ask you this.
That's not okay.
Let me ask
you. To hold this man accountable for.
Let me ask you something. So, you was questionable about the whole Chris Brown situation, right? What was the question about the Chris Brown situation?
I questioned it because of, and I see where you're going already. I questioned it because of how I didn't know, and also you talking about mindset then. I didn't know if it was really real or they were really doing that shit to sell albums.
What?
And that's how I looked at it then. Why are y'all so surprised like nobody would ever do that? What we talking about right now could be the same situation. What happened?
Listen.
What happened? What happened after Megan did this? After we first heard about it, what song came out and blew up? WAP. WAP went fucking crazy.
Listen, my thing is this. I'm a person that I always want to hear what everybody has to say in this situation.
Shit, your career took off after that. I'm not tripping.
Listen.
Whose career took off after that?
Rihanna blew the fuck up.
Rihanna was already blowing
She was
up.
big, and then she got even fucking bigger when she came back out after that.
It was
Come
because
on,
of her
Rihanna
music.
got put in
But
like
you know why,
icon
though? Here's the
status.
thing. We
She
can't,
had them
The
music.
bad girl
them.
image and all that shit.
But we can't compare them. We can't
Rihanna
compare
blew the
them.
fuck up.
Because Rihanna and Chris Brown were is on a different mainstream platform than Megan Thee Stallion and Tory
That's
Lanez.
why she would've got punched.
At that time, Chris Brown and Rihanna were on
She would have got punched and not shot. So
top 40.
you're okay with punching Megan Thee Stallion. You're okay with punching Megan Thee Stallion?
No, it's
because you know what? It was a fair. It's not a fair fight.
No, it's not.
Megan is 5'9". Tory Lanez is 5'5". It is a 100-pound difference between Tory Lanez and Megan
I'm
Thee
gonna let you
Stallion.
finish, and I'm gonna tell you my point. My point was he was standing with two different genres. So your genre R&B, yo, I can see that. He's gonna punch her. Your genre hip hop, he's more likely to shoot her. That's what the fuck I was saying. Don't try.
No. What I'm saying is that Chris
That
Brown
wasn't a fair
and
fight
Rihanna
from the
was
punch Megan.
consistently on top 40. Like
She
Megan
was
is really
walking
bigger.
away.
It was
That's
on a
like
whole
shooting
different-
somebody in the back.
But
That's like
listen,
shooting somebody in the back.
okay, all right. So with what I was saying was I like to hear both sides of the story because a lot of times somebody just puts something out there where they're like, I'm gonna just put that out there and just say, here's what we gonna say, just to clear everything up because I don't really want to. It may have been a whole lot more to the story. It may not. It may have been what Megan said. There may be more to the story, but you need to hear both sides of the story because guess what? Somebody can get out there and put their side of the story out, and somebody else can jump in, somebody else can jump in. All of a sudden, everybody's saying the same thing about somebody, and then they're just jumping on this one person saying these certain things.
What did I say?
And hold on, wait.
What she's
hey,
saying
listen,
is true.
But
I'm so careful with my words. Like, you can look over out the
no,
window.
I just want to make
That's
sure
not what I
because
said.
sometimes a lot of people say stuff about people, and then you be like, that's not what happened. And you don't even put the real information out there. You tell me that Tory Lanez couldn't have held back information that he may have had that would incriminate Megan Thee Stallion in that situation?
I said, if what she's saying is true, if she said that she walked away from that argument and that's what happened and that man shot her, I said if she said.
You already called Tory Lanez a bitch ass nigga.
If what she, y'all, I'm gonna run.
There was a blog that said that Megan Thee Stallion possibly was a man, that he
true.
shot her because he thought she was a man.
Oh, the thing Cam reposted? He saw that dick, it was like, hell no, and shot her in the foot.
Oh my
She
God.
saw that dick. Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what's fucked up though? I hate the picking and choosing shit because Cam only reposted what somebody else had, and he said the internet is wild. And you know, I seen a lot of females talking about like Cam's bitch ass said that she had a dick and that's why she got. I'm thinking like Cam didn't say that.
He said it was
He
somebody.
reposted it and said the internet.
You might as well just say it.
No, because I posted a whole lot of shit that I don't fucking agree
He
with.
say he doesn't agree with it. He just
He
said
posted
the
because it's
internet is
funny.
wild.
You post something because it's funny.
But that's going back to holding other men accountable.
Wow, you posted some shit that's funny.
Because
You can't post something that's funny?
Okay, we can go right into this topic that we were supposed to have about the Netflix special with the cuties and the little dancers and shit, right? So what we have coming up now is people saying, yet again, don't have little girls doing this, that, and the other because men are going to look. How about you raise your boys to be better?
I don't even know what the hell Netflix series you're talking about.
There's a Netflix show. I don't think it's even out yet, but people are protesting it because they are these girls that I think probably maybe 10 to 13. I don't know.
Oh, are they like little
pageants?
pageants? Like pageants and shit?
No, these
I
are
thought it was
dancers.
pageants.
These are dancers.
Okay.
And what is happening is the conversation is being had yet a fucking again of telling these girls of what to do and what not to do because men are going to look. The thing is, a pedophile is going to be a pedophile regardless. A pervert is going to be a pervert regardless. Where I'm going with this is if you tell your boys from the beginning and raise them better to respect women, you won't have to have the conversation continuously of telling girls don't do this or that just because men are going to look. And that's the only way I'm going with this. Respecting yourself and how you choose to go about that is another story.
Oh, well, I mean,
this is coming up because people are saying, oh, well, you're going to have these men looking at these girls. Why is it that being put on them?
I didn't see the show. I may stay out the conversation, but why are they? I'm saying like, why are they saying that? Like, are they? Is it
because
the dress
it's the
or is
conversation?
it the?
Oh, because they're like
I
what's
mean,
the other show like Dancing Dolls. Dancing Dolls has been around forever. They're like the majorette dancers. I haven't seen exactly what they're doing on the show, but how they're dressed with the tops and the shorts.
well, how the hell you gonna tell people that? And there may be some real pedophile shit going on. It may be like if they going around dressed like Megan and.
But that's what I'm
Cardi.
saying, though.
But at 10 years old,
a pedophile gonna look at you regardless of what you're doing. So why is that the conversation?
why gotta be back on the man instead of the woman say, hey, maybe I need to dress my kid a little bit better.
Oh my God, that's exactly what I'm saying. Why does a woman have to behave and dress a certain way because men can't control themselves?
I agree. Listen, I agree with that. I agree with that. No, I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree with that. But if you're telling me that they're 10 years old and they dressing like half naked and shit,
what people are complaining about is because they're trying to say pedophiles are going to look at this. What I'm saying is,
oh yeah, pedophiles will look anyway.
Thank you. That's the point I'm trying to make. And what I was doing with that is holding other men accountable because that's what we was coming off that drove us into this.
I mean, I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like in 2020, and it's been going on for like the past 5 years. There's gonna be a conversation of somebody being angry about no matter what. So like I said, I didn't see the show. I don't know what the girls is dressed like. I don't know if they're dancing, twerking.
Provoking it?
I don't know what they're doing.
But my point is,
I'm not speaking on that show.
It doesn't matter. My point is, why do we keep having the conversation of telling these little girls what to do and what not to do? Because the men that can't control.
But here's my question though: if
pedophiles
is becoming an issue,
what are these girls doing?
If pedophilia is becoming a nationwide issue, which it has been, it's always been, why is somebody invested in the show to put these girls out there though? Like, no, why are you
paying money? The pedophile ring didn't do anything.
No, Hollywood's kind of like pedophile.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
but that's the thing, though. The girls in the pedophile ring, what the fuck were they wearing and doing?
But you're making them unsafe by putting them on national TV. You can have these competitions and things within your communities and stuff.
Why can't we
Why does it gotta be broadcast all over the fucking world?
Why can't we ever have the conversation that blames men for being pedophiles versus blaming girls for what they do? And even
we're not
though
blaming them.
Matter.
I'm blaming the men that sit in the executive producer office like, oh, this is a good show.
But if we don't have that conversation, we are blaming the girls. We are.
I'm not
blaming the girls.
Listen, I don't know what they can see. You have to see the show, I guess, to understand like maybe what they're talking about because I haven't seen the show. Like I said, I don't know what's going on, but because I work in a situation where a lot of people have mental illness and certain things like that. I've seen females that were sexually charged at a very young age, and they dress, you know what I'm saying, like the shit that they're wearing. I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying, like your parents let you come out like that.
I see that.
And I'm saying, like, and you know what I'm saying, like if you're 9 or you're 10 years old, like, where did these kids get this? Because the parents have, you know what I'm saying, like the parents isn't all there. So, like I said, I don't know the show. I can't say I'm not commenting what they're talking about.
Forget the show.
Okay, forget the show.
Forget the show. We can take it as a subject within itself to say we always have the conversation.
So you gonna let a 7-year-old girl wear Daisy
Let me finish. You doing it again though. I'm trying to explain to you why is that always the conversation. What is these little girls doing? What are they wearing? At the same time, you can look back at old photos and see black men fucking lit some trees wearing 3-piece suits, but you want to tell them to dress different. My point is, stop having the conversation of what these little girls are doing because it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they do. It doesn't matter what they wear. Have the conversation of what is causing these people to become pedophiles from the beginning. You point the finger at the little girls, point the finger at the little boys. How are you raising these little boys? You even just said it. What is these parents letting these little girls wear? What did you teach these little boys?
Wait. Okay, so I can answer your question. The thing is, and because I work with, like I said, kids like that, the thing is this: a lot of parents are messed up in the head, and they're, you know what I'm saying, like crazy will create crazy. And I don't want to say crazy as in crazy, but if there are certain things going on, then, you know what I'm saying, like they kind of, it's a bad situation. But what happens is this: you have parents out there that, and they're raising little boys too. Like, if you're a pedophile, and I've talked about this before, what happens, even to somebody that says they don't want kids, if you say you don't want kids as a man, people will be like, oh no, you gotta have kids. Okay, I said this on my page one time. I was like, I don't want kids. People are like, oh no, you gotta have kids. You gotta have, it's a great experience. You gotta try it. I said, what if I was a pedophile and you just encouraged me to have kids and you don't know anything about me? So we just tell people to have kids and we don't know anything about them. So you have people that are pedophiles raising little boys. And that pedophile is gonna be like, hey son, you know what I'm saying? The dad may say something about a little 12, 13-year-old girl. You be looking like, the fuck?
I see where you're going with that. Yeah.
But if you're raising a kid, he's like, oh, ain't nothing wrong with it. Okay. I've been around older people that have said certain things, and there's nobody better than an eyelash. And once you got older, you look back and you're like, that was some weird shit to say. Like,
and I get what
like
you're saying.
at a 6th grade graduation, somebody like, these girls is old enough to be keeping house.
Why don't we have that conversation more than we have telling these little girls what to do and what not to do and what to wear and what not to wear? Is all I was.
Because there's always gonna be a conversation of people not having accountability.
We're at the end of the day, we're in a
There's
society.
always accountability.
Where
but the accountability
sales
goes on to the little girls. They get blamed. Oh, she shouldn't have worn this. She shouldn't have did
no,
that.
the parents shouldn't
that ain't
allow.
how it works.
The parents shouldn't allow. And if you want to blame, parents shouldn't allow a child to go out and wear things that may cause a ruckus. Because again,
but if you fucked up in the head though, as a parent,
no,
you don't understand that.
Exactly.
Though. Yeah,
if you don't have the understanding, don't see anything wrong with anything. Because a pedophile don't think they're wrong.
Yeah.
A pedophile don't think they're wrong. A pedophile think it's normal to have these feelings for younger children, boys, girls, or whatever like that.
And you know what's crazy? And I talked about this before, even with the I said with R. Kelly's situation. R. Kelly came out with a song maybe it was probably like 3 years ago. It was a 10-minute song where he was just going step by step explaining what happened in his lifestyle, what happened in his life, and how he was molested by his younger sister. I have problems. I need help. Can someone please help me? This, that, and the third. It wasn't a bop. It wasn't sex me. It wasn't, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't, can I get a beat, beat, toot, toot. So didn't nobody pay attention. Nobody gave a fuck. Nobody gave a fuck about a man crying out, help me. Help fucking me, because people around me is pulling a Mike Tyson with R. Kelly. They see he can't read, he can't write, but he's making money. So what are you going to do? You're going to jump in, you're going to make money off of him, and you just go say, well, fuck whatever he's doing. The problem that comes into play is, even if you are fucked up in the head and you are a pedophile and you ask for help, people are not going to fucking help you. They're going to say, oh, okay. I had a friend in real life went to a church. Yeah, when you do it or it becomes popular and then you go to prison and they're like, he's a pedophile. He told you he needed help. That's our problem with society. People tell you they need help and we be like, okay, well, whatever. And then we ignore the shit until some shit happens. People will tell you like, man, I feel depressed, I feel this. I've had kids talk to me about wanting to commit suicide because of what their parents were saying and doing to them. And I'm like, we need to you know what I'm saying? I'm telling teachers like, this is what we're talking about. Like, we need to make sure that this kid is okay. Like, bring the parent in. Let's do this. Let's do that. Because no one gives a fuck except me. And when that child commits suicide, then everybody's like, what happened? You don't know what happened? I guarantee you everybody that watched that R. Kelly, that knew R. Kelly, knew he needed help. And nobody gave a fuck. They were getting a check. Yeah. That's why. R. Kelly told you. That's my problem with the shit. We always talk about how sick R. Kelly is. He was sick. He did have mental illness. And he told you. And because when he told you it was in a song and you didn't want to give a fuck because it wasn't a bop and it didn't have you in the club like this, y'all didn't give a fuck. It was at the end of his career. They said it on the radio and it was like, he has a 10-minute song. People was like, yeah, it ain't a hit.
Clive Davis didn't know Whitney Houston like Coke.
I mean, we
didn't know.
We know everything
That's
about
what I'm saying. People know, but it's all about getting that money, self-preservation of self.
Yep. When
they
people
know
do
about
shit,
R. Kelly, when you in the old school A&Rs, when you're around the artist, you get to learn everything about that artist. What they do, all their habits, because you're trying to put them in the best position to sell records to keep that machine going. So people knew a long time ago that he had some issues.
Everybody knew. And then nobody gave a fuck because they were getting a check.
Now it's a market to get help. Now you can get funding. Because look at all the little teledocs, the little services. You can go on the app, you can sign up and talk to somebody who got their little counseling degree and pay them a fee or whatever. Like, now it's a market. Now it's becoming more widespread.
It's garbage. It's somebody just getting
But I'm just saying, that's what I'm saying. It's a market now where people can make money off of helping people, and they want to throw. No offense to what's that lady for Fix My Life, Ayana or whatever.
Ayana.
But I'm pretty sure that if I felt like I was having a problem, she wouldn't come help me unless I got a check.
I guarantee that if what Meg said,
would have to be good enough to
listen, if what Meg the Stallion said is true, I guarantee you that this is not the first time that Tory Lanez has had anger issues. Mm-hmm. And I guarantee you somebody was sitting up there like, he has serious mental issues, serious anger issues that need to be dealt with. We can get him some help or some counseling or something like that. But I guarantee you when they said that, he probably came out with, I ain't been broke in a minute. And then somebody was like, Yeah, we gonna wait to see how this album do first before we put them in this situation for 6. You can't hold. Listen. You can't hold.
They happen with athletes and shit.
Listen.
And then we sit here and have a conversation about it. What happened if he had to kill that girl?
Listen. The problem is, listen. If somebody has a mental illness, you can't sit back and say, "Listen, you're fucking." You know what I'm saying? Like we be like, "That person's crazy." No, they're not crazy. They have a fucking mental illness. They need help. They're not going to get. When people commit suicide, don't you think people around them knew that they were committing or trying to commit suicide before? It's probably not their first time committing suicide. They were crazy. No, they had a fucking mental illness, and nobody gave a fuck, and nobody decided to get them help for whatever reason, because we don't care about shit until some shit happens. Nobody.
That's always true.
No, Ma's got a point.
Didn't I tell y'all when old boy? Listen, when our guest was here, and I was like, in prison, how many people get up to take those meds? You know why a lot of people is in prison? Because they have a mental illness that nobody gave a fuck about until they robbed somebody, till they killed 4 people, until some shit happened.
You ever watch Criminal
I don't
Minds?
want to down people that have tried to help people and couldn't.
You don't understand how many people have a mental illness.
We had the conversation before that sometimes you can't help people until they're also ready to receive it. I get what you're saying, but what you also was saying that people just don't help them. I don't think that's always the case.
No, because it's preservation of self. We look out for each other. If I got problems going on, why would I slow down to help somebody else? Because I got my own. I don't want my shit to come out.
Listen, that's you. But guess what? You probably don't have a mental illness.
But
I have a friend that went to a church. He went there for 4 weeks, and he told they have counseling. He told that the pastor, I have a sex addiction. The pastor was like, he looked down, he was like, okay. That was it. And to this day, my friend still has a fucking.
Went to the wrong person for help.
But no.
How do you know?
How do you know? You have to go to the right person for help.
No, I'm not saying it's his fault. What I'm saying is, you went to them. There's someone out there that
know
will
if
be
you got
Okay.
a church that's
Okay, so let me
go help you.
So let me ask you this. So let's say that something happens, and let's say something happens, and a girl says, "Oh well, he was very aggressive trying to have sex with me, and I didn't want it." And then they say, "Oh, was it rape, ma'am?" And then we sit up here looking like, "Oh, he's a monster. He tried to rape that girl." And then we say, like, "Well, he didn't ask the right person for help when he was trying to get help. He didn't, you know what I'm saying? He said he had a sexual addiction, and nobody ever tried to." Like, we can't say you didn't ask the right person. If you try to get help and people don't help you, that's our society's fault when shit like that. We let it go too far.
Well, we do it in the black family. And I know it's a conversation nobody want to help, but when somebody in their family gets molested by somebody else in their family, and they tell somebody close in their family and they don't do anything, and they got this whole PTSD that happened from their whole life because they asked for help. Or somebody's with somebody's mom, and the girl be like, "Oh, you know, your boyfriend, whatever, touched me or look at me weird," and the mom's like, "Oh no, he don't," because the nigga up here taking care of bills and treating them up. Like it's that same issue. If people don't want to help people, if they don't put themselves in that person's mental of getting help. And it causes long-term issues until, like you said, until somebody does something, until somebody commits suicide, shoot up a school, shoot up a public place.
Shoot a bitch in the foot.
Like, yeah. And it's like, oh,
I mean, if
I didn't know
that's the
he
case,
had
these
issues.
therapists must be sitting there doing nothing. To say that nobody wants to help you till you need help, I don't know what the fuck they making money
Especially
off
if they benefit off of a check.
Do you think that when people go, here's the thing, and I'm
but
gonna
that's
say,
getting help though.
but
Y'all keep saying nobody. What I'm saying is there are people that exist that are willing to help you. Again, I'm not blaming
if you
your
have,
friend. You just unfortunately
listen,
ended up with the wrong person.
Listen, when people commit suicide or try to commit suicide, it's a thing of where we be like, all right, well, now we're gonna get them the help that they need after they've done something. Do you think that somebody with a mental illness, because we're on the outside looking in, they're not looking at themselves as having an anger issue? Or when I talk to my clients, they don't know that they have these things wrong. If they look at their thing, they'd be like, I don't have any of that. And I'm looking at them like, you do. Haven't we ever had a conversation with somebody where you're trying to tell them something that's very honest and it's very real, and they're just like, nah.
They don't know.
No. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're trying to explain certain things to somebody, and they like, so it's very hard for somebody to self-diagnose themselves like, I have real anger issues and I really need to get myself some help. It's gonna take something extreme because trust me, people. That's why we are a society. You know what I'm saying? It takes a village to raise anybody. Even after an adult, it still takes a village because people get fucked up in the head. They have anger issues. They have other things. Nobody points you in the right direction. Nobody does it. We can talk about adults all day not getting pointed in the right direction. It ain't got to be mental illness. Let's talk about PUA and these motherfuckers out here making up LLCs 1 month and going out for a $10,000 loan the next month. When, in all honesty, like I told you, you can get a small business loan, and the average small business loan is $400,000. You going to jail risking fucking jail time for $10,000 of money you could have got anyway, and they don't care what you do with the money. You took out some shit, some COVID money that they're using for COVID for $10,000. The average fucking loan, you can get that shit. You can get $200,000 just. I have a small business. I'm trying to expand my business. Here's what I'm trying to do. Trust me. Go for it. Talk to the banks. You can't put everything out there. These are adults that did this.
You should stop talking to a bank.
So for $10,000 you did this, but you could have last year you could have get $2,000. This year you could have got $4,000. Next year you could have got $700,000. We're talking hundreds of thousands, millions of dollars of small businesses. People are fucking. You know what I'm saying? Like we just don't see that type of shit. We're talking about holding adults accountable for certain things that they didn't know. I'm pretty sure what I'm saying is people's like, you can't get $400,000. Google it. Ask what the average is. That's average. That's not talking about the people asking for 1.2 million, 3.5 million for a small business. We're talking about the average. Just, hey, I have a store. I need a small business loan because I want to expand my store. That's all it is. Hey, I have a home health care company like I do. I want to expand my business. I want to get some more employees in here to help with, you know what I'm saying? We need supplies for the COVID, for this, for that, for the third. They'll give you those type of, but we're adults and we're supposed to be held accountable for these things. But let's be honest. If nobody comes to you and says, here, let me point you in the right direction. I point people in the right direction all the time, free of fucking charge. I'm not going to charge you for shit. You want to get your credit clean? We can do it. I'll tell you what to do. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not going to charge, I never charge nobody for nothing that I ever fucking did, and I will point people in the right direction. If you have anger issues, and I talk to you. Your child is fucking up, I talk to you. But the problem is, when you are the person doing the shit, you don't see it. You don't see the shit wrong. And even when you do, guess what? They're going to say, here's what you're diagnosed with. We're going to put you on some medication. You take the medication. You feel like you're normal, and you're back to being normal. You want to feel normal. You don't want to be put on that medication. You're back to feeling normal, and guess what? You stop taking the medication, you go back to what you were doing before, and you have no recollection of that. This is the story of 90% of the people that I talk to that have these mental illnesses. That's anger issues. And I'm talking about, I done seen a little skinny dude banging with security guards. I'm like, man, you gotta calm, let's try to do this, let's try to do that. He doesn't see he has anger issues. But I'm telling him he has anger issues, and that's why they're asking for him to get help. No, as little Tory Lanez, the problem is, nobody said that to little Tory Lanez growing up in the hood. And Tory Lanez from Toronto, and we always laugh at Canada, but Google Canada. If you think Canada's soft, Google Canada's death rate. Compare Chicago to Toronto. Because we laugh at this shit. We like Drake soft, Tory soft, them singing ass niggas. Their murder rate is higher than Chicago's. But we don't look at it because we like soft ass Canada. Toronto's fucking the hood, nigga.
Is that where Drake grew up at, in the hood of Toronto?
I don't know where Drake grew up at.
Right,
Because he only, listen, because we always, listen, we don't know where did he grow up at. We always make
Toronto.
Yeah. I don't know what. I'll go and look up, and we can go ahead and post that information. I will gladly do that.
But we
I'm
always.
pretty positive he didn't grow up in the hoods of Toronto.
But honestly, other countries just in general are worse than United States countries. Even like
why?
Even the shit that rappers put in their music.
Drake came out of all that bullshit still at a young age. So how much could he have been changed?
Wait. 50,000 a year. 50,000 a year.
Oh well.
He wasn't getting rich off the grassy.
You're watching on Facebook.
He wasn't getting rich off the grassy. Trust me.
216. I am BLK Pepper Pot.
I'm Maseratii.
I'm DJ PharOut.
Of course, if you're watching on Tuesday, you are watching on Grind City Roku. Thank you everyone for tuning in.
It was kind of spicy too.